What's up, hockey fans? Welcome to another episode of the SlabStox Puck Drop. We are only days away of the Stanley Cup Finals. Only 3 teams are still alive, and yesterday night, with a formidable performance of Matthew Tkachuk, the Florida Panthers clinched their spot into the Stanley Cup Finals. What's going on in the card market? Who's hot? Who's not? Let's look at it right now. What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the SlabStox Puck Drop. Stanley Cup Final Edition. Yes, we are just on the verge of the Stanley Cup Finals to start. My name is Greg. I'm your French-speaking, hockey-loving host, and this episode is brought to you by SLAB Sharks, the best place to buy and consign your hockey cards on eBay. And let's take a look. One team just qualified for the Stanley Cup Finals. Woo! Time to hunt for the Cats. The Florida Panthers just eliminated in 4 little games the Carolina Hurricanes, who beat the New Jersey Devils in the previous round. Who would have thought? No one. The last team to qualify for the Stanley Cup playoffs, beating the favorites, the Boston Bruins, and then making all their way to the finals. So 3 teams are still in the hunt, but in the East, the kings of the East are the Florida Panthers, and the king himself in the East is this man, Matthew Tkachuk. 3 game-winning goals in only that series against the Carolina Hurricanes, including last night, the game-winning goal with just under 5 seconds to play in the game. Look at his stats: 21 points in 16 games, 9 goals, 12 assists, plus 10. Matthew Tkachuk is a man on a mission. Look also at his card market. You saw it yesterday morning. Well, this morning in the Daily Slab from SlabStox, and also yesterday on Instagram, we highlighted his card market in the past 3 months, a growth of 123%. Everyone is watching what's going on with his market, and his YG in a PSA 10 version is established at by card ladder their value at $251 US. His growth in the past month, absolutely crazy numbers, 192%. And just yesterday night after the game, one of his YG in a PSA 10 version was just sold for $300 US. So let's see where his market goes now in the Stanley Cup Finals. For the people that have been believing in Matthew Tkachuk, that have been holding his cards, it's a great time to sell, a great time to celebrate, or just if you collect a player because you love him. Of course, his YG and all of his rookie cards were in his Calgary Flames uniform. He played his first year in his career, just was traded to the Florida Panthers, signed a contract extension, and that could result in just the first year in a Stanley Cup final, Stanley Cup ring. Absolutely crazy. But also, one other guy that has been on a mission, it's redemption time for Sergei Bobrovsky, their goaltender, who's playing the best hockey of his life. It's absolutely crazy, his performance so far in the playoffs. He wasn't even the starting goalie for the Florida Panthers. Alex Lyon was their starting goaltenders at the beginning of the playoffs, and now Sergei Bobrovsky, who is paid as one of the best goaltenders in the league, and talent-wise is probably one of the top 5 goaltenders as well, and he's playing as such in these playoffs. In the past 3 months, his market has grown in 160%, and his YG in a PSA 10 version also is now at $166, and in the past 6 months also grew 145%. So can he add one of these 2 guys is going to win the MVP trophy, the Connie Smythe trophy, in my opinion, if they win the Stanley Cup. And even, we already saw that in history, even if they lose, probably Tkachuk or Bobrovsky could, depending on their performance in the Stanley Cup Finals, could win the trophy. So let's see how the card market will react in the next weeks. But right now, a great time to sell for the people that have been holding in their collection either Tkachuk or Bobrovsky. Also, another team that could very well qualify in the next days, hours for the Stanley Cup Finals are the Vegas Golden Knights, that are doing very well in the Western Conference. And this man, drafted just after Connor McDavid in 2015. And I've been reflecting in the past days, can Jack Eichel, who was qualified as a bust with the Buffalo Sabres, was traded to the Vegas Golden Knights, was injured, and now he's playing the first playoffs of his life with the Vegas Golden Knights, has 16 points in 14 games, could very well go into the Stanley Cup Finals as the Vegas Golden Knights are leading their series 3-0 against the Dallas Stars. Could Jack Eichel win a Stanley Cup before Connor McDavid? Oh boy. That is a scenario that could happen. His card market is reacting. Look at the past 6 months. His market was down almost 33% on his YG and a PSA 10 version. So Card Ladder has established a value at $130. The last sold was at $132 on May 21st. Also, his Future Watch in a PSA 10 version just sold for $850. And look at his market now in the past 3 months, just still growing after a dip because of his injury and the beginning of the season, but now bouncing back up by 30% in the past 3 months. So a very healthy hockey market during the playoffs. It's good to see that the performance from the most talented players in the NHL are reflecting on their market. So Jack Eichel is a very interesting one. And once again, could he win a cup before Connor McDavid? Oh, I don't think any hockey observer, any hockey expert, or anyone in the card world would have thought of this, but we will see what happens in the next 2 weeks. Also, an interesting case, it's goaltender Adin Hill, who was not, just like Bobrovsky, was not the starting goaltender for the Vegas Golden Knights. Laurent Brossoit was their number one at the beginning of the playoffs after Logan Thompson was injured. And now his 2017-2018 YG in a raw version sold on May 9th for $3.74, which makes no sense right now, because look at the last sold on this card. They're all selling for over $20. We saw some at 20, some at 22, some at 25. And now if they clinch their spot to the Stanley Cup final, which should happen, they still have 3 chances to eliminate the Dallas Stars, who don't seem to have the solution to anything that the Vegas Golden Knights throw at them. The Vegas Golden Knights are playing amazingly well. Adin Hill as well. So what a growth for Adin Hill. So sometimes, when you rip boxes, you have these cards that might seem like deceiving. Their value is established at $4 or even $1 or such. Just put them in your collection and see where it goes from there. Talent is talent, and some of these players, they get traded, they bounce back, and look at that Stanley Cup run that the Vegas Golden Knights are doing. Adin Hill as well. Look at this sale. High gloss, number 3 out of 10, just sold a few days ago for $474. There's only 10 versions of these cards. They're very rare. So great sale for someone that was holding on to this card as well. And his Future Watch, also from 2017, just sold for $51. Great auto, great card. So is it the time to invest in this player? Who knows? I mean, Jordan Binnington came out from nowhere a few years ago to win a cup with the St. Louis Blues. Who knows? I mean, he might be the goaltender of the future there with the Vegas Golden Knights or another organization. But is it time to buy when the Stanley Cup Finals are just right next door? We will see. Now let's go over and take a look on to the Thursday night auction from SLAB Sharks. The SLAB Sharks eBay account, where all the consignments on the Thursday night auction are in their last day, and this week, it seems like it's the GOAT edition. Look at that. Connor McDavid, authentic, SP Authentic Future Watch on 999 BGS 9 Auto 10 so far at 11,000 Canadian dollars. What a grail there, and someone will add it to their collection as of tonight. Absolutely amazing. A few Alexander Ovechkin, also rookie cards from Ultimate Collection, and his YG in a BGS 9.5 version. Great price also there. Let's see where it will end up tonight. And when I say GOAT edition, I'm also talking about Sidney Crosby. 2 of his YG BGS 9.5 are up for grabs on the auction. It's very hard to say and to determine which one should I be bidding on, and see if there's something I could grab in this auction. But also, if you scroll, there's also Cale Makar with this absolute beauty of a Future Watch auto patch on 100. And these are pretty rare on the market, and there's one on the auction ending tonight. $1,025 so far on the bid. And look at that if you continue to scroll down to Austin Matthews YG in PSA 10 versions. But look at this man, the man of the hour, the man of the week, the man of the month, Matthew Tkachuk. PSA 10 Future Watch Auto so far at 715 Canadian dollar. I will be sitting in front of my computer to see where it ends up in the last minutes of the auction. And also another very popular player that we're talking about this week in the puck drop, Jack Eichel, his 2015 The Cup. Amazing patch in that card so far, $465 with 36 bids. So another popular card. And why not a Future Watch Auto raw version, clean version also from Jason Robertson, almost at 450 Canadian dollars. So head over to the Slab Shark eBay account. Go see their Thursday night auction ending tonight. A few great cards are up for grabs. All right, and I said it a few moments ago, the last team that is still alive, that is not the Florida Panthers or the Vegas Golden Knights, are the Dallas Stars. A star-packed team. There's great rookies in that team. Also, Jason Robertson, one of the best offensive players in the whole league. One of the best young goaltenders in Jake Oettinger is also there. Joe Pavelski, veteran. Jamie Benn, who got suspended last game for his cross-check to the face of Mark Stone, the Golden Knights captain. And yeah, so a lot of great players. And this one has been impressing so far in the playoffs. And even though they're on the verge of being eliminated from the Stanley Cup run, well, Roope Hintz's market has been bouncing back as well in the past 3 months, 41% growth. Card ladder establishes the value of his YG PSA 10 just over $100 US, so just about 101.89 cents, or about that. Sold on May 21st. Roope Hintz has been doing amazing, and his global market, like I said, growing 43.49% in the past 3 months. So great young talent there. Can he be the second? Like, you know how I think. I think there's always 2 players in the card market, 2 players per team. Jason Robertson is the clear number 1, but Roope Hintz can be the second. Wyatt Johnston, the young rookie. Also Jake Oettinger. Let's see. But so far, a lot of eyes on the Dallas Stars, and a lot of collectors also are investing or buying the cards of these young players. There's also defenseman Miro Heiskanen, who has been having a tremendous season. In my opinion, he should have been nominated as one of the best defensemen in the league for the Norris Trophy. So Miro Heiskanen last sold on his YG PSA 10, $78 US, growing by 25% in his market. So once again, that's another proof that when your team goes deep in the playoffs, pretty much everyone grows, every player grows in that market. And Jake Oettinger, even though he has been a little bit disappointing in these Stanley Cup playoffs, not stealing games. He's not the same Jake Oettinger as we saw last year in their playoff run. But still, his market is growing. Look at that curve, still bouncing back and growing as well by 43%. So Jake Oettinger, great young goaltender. But as I said in the previous cases that we saw there, when you invest in talent, Jake Oettinger is doing a deep playoff run. Can he go on another next year and go further and win the Stanley Cup? That could be also a great scenario. Can he be a starting goaltender and the next generational goaltender in the NHL? That could also be the case. We talked in previous episodes as well that goaltenders matter in that market. We saw it also with Adin Hill, that has a great hype around him, and Sergei Bobrovsky. So even though right now they might get eliminated from the playoffs, Jake Oettinger, to me, is still a great talent to look at in the hockey card market. And that's it for us this week. Enjoy these next games with the Dallas Stars and the Vegas Golden Knights. And let's see what's up in the Stanley Cup Finals in the next weeks.